Okay, hi, this is Travis Miklethun with Integrity Cleaning Systems, and what I want to talk about in this video is actual urine damage in the carpet. And this could be from a dog, it could be from a cat, if you like the Stanley Steamer commercial, it could be from an alpaca. It doesn't really matter, but what I want to talk about is what actually happens in your carpet, and from a professional level, what we can do to remedy the situation and the limitations of our remedies. If you want to know how you can try to treat it yourself, especially if you catch it when it's fresh, click the link around here someplace. If you're not already watching this on my blog, go over to my blog, and there I give some tips on exactly how you can try to fix it yourself. And then if it doesn't work, you can call a professional like myself or another quality company if you're not in my service area, which is the greater Phoenix area of Arizona. So here's really the 3 levels of damage you can have when you're dealing with pet urine. Now this drawing, I'm not an artist. If I was an artist, I wouldn't be cleaning carpets, right? But this little thing that looks like hair, that's actually the carpet fiber. This thing here that maybe looks like your skin is actually the carpet pad. That's what's immediately under the carpet between that and the subfloor. And then this here is the subfloor. Here in Phoenix, most of the time, that's a concrete subfloor. On the second stories in a lot of other areas around the country, this will be a wood subfloor. Okay, now there's 3 levels of damage. Damage 1 is fiber damage. It's where the urine only gets into the carpet fiber itself. It's the only thing that needs to be treated. This is very minor damage. It can come from small dogs or just a one-time accident without a lot of volume, excuse the terminology there. More often you end up at level 2, which is probably the most common, which is pad and fiber damage. And what happens here is the urine comes into the carpet fiber, but there's enough volume, or it's repeated in the same spot often enough that it actually gets through the carpet backing and gets into the carpet pad. And then the worst of all scenarios is when it also penetrates into the subfloor. This is for much larger animals or repeated exposures where there's higher volume. It can actually soak all the way through the carpet pad and get into the subfloor. Now, some of the problems as professional restorers that we have, and the way we determine where urine's at is through 2 processes. One's a black light inspection, and black light will effloresce under urine will effloresce under a black light and will show us where the damage is. The problem is, just by doing that alone, we don't know for sure if it got into the carpet pad. A lot of times we can tell by the size of it, but it's a little bit of an educated guess. But when it does get into the carpet pad, here's one of the tricks. If the urine that effloresces on the carpet is that big of a spot, when it gets into the pad, which is basically nothing but a big sponge, it's going to expand. And where the spot may be this big on the carpet, it may be this big in the pad. Now, if the subfloor is uneven, it's not on a level plane, the urine can run one direction more than the other. So when we're doing a pad saturation treatment where we actually flood the carpet from the top to get to the pad, we have to use our best guess on where it traveled in the pad and how much it expanded. Now, I kind of went into the treatment there for the pads, but what I want to talk about now is actually the treatment for the 3 levels. Fiber damage is real easy as far as odor goes. Simply applying a carpet sanitizer with something that'll break down the urine salts, will kill the bacteria in the urine, and then deodorize it all at the same time in a special pre-spray that we have. That will deodorize the fiber, and then you go through and clean the carpet as normal after that. But if the contamination got to the pad, doing that will deodorize the fiber, but it will not do anything for the urine in the pad. It's strictly a topical treatment. So the way we do a pad treatment is we actually fill up a 3-gallon bucket with a special formula that's heated up really hot to close to 200 degrees, and we literally flood the carpet. We just pour it on the spot. We want to recreate the damage that your animal did. So we want it to hit the spot where we see it, and we want it to get into the pad and expand. Okay, so that's what we want to have happen. Then we leave it in the pad for about 20 to 30 minutes so it has a chance to do its job. And then we use a special flood tool that they actually use in floods to extract water out of pad. We use that same tool and we extract the urine and the solution through the pad, up through the carpet, and then it gets taken out to our truck mount. Now, because we don't know for sure how wide this spread out in the pad, we don't know for sure how much of it's there, this is a good treatment, but we can't guarantee it 100%. Nor can we guarantee the fiber, the topical treatment 100%, because we can't guarantee it didn't get into the pad. Now, in the most severe cases where it gets into the subfloor, what we have to do is a special treatment for that, and it's the only treatment that's really guaranteed. It's the only way we can say for sure we got all the urine out. And what that involves is we actually disengage the carpet, we roll it up, we remove the damaged pad, we seal the subfloor so that no odors can come up through the subfloor, give you brand new pad, then we sanitize the carpet backing, reinstall the carpet, sanitize and deodorize the carpet fibers, and then clean as normal. Now that's obviously a very aggressive treatment, but it's the only way any cleaner can ever know for sure they got everything out that's going to create an odor. Now, I typically don't recommend doing this treatment if the animal that caused the damage is still living in the home, because there's a good chance that they're going to repeat. But especially not if they're not potty trained. If they haven't already been trained not to do this, you definitely don't want to go to this level, because it's fairly pricey and they're simply going to repeat the damage and be back to square one. Until they get potty trained, I just recommend going with the fiber damage, put a band-aid on it, and try to keep it manageable until they get trained, and then we can do something more aggressive like a pad treatment, sometimes a subfloor treatment. But those are really the different levels of treatment. Now, urine stains are a little bit different of an animal. There's a couple of things that come into factor when you're dealing with the actual visible stain. One is the age of the carpet. Two is the fiber type. Certain fibers are more resilient to block out stains than others. Three is there any carpet manufacturer's protection or aftermarket protection added to the fibers that'll help close off the dye sites and not allow the dyes to penetrate. Believe it or not, whether or not the animal had good hydration and the type of food coloring in the foods come into factor when dealing with a stain. How long it's been on the carpet and what type of cleaning products you've already used to try to take it out. Because if you use the wrong chemistry, you can actually set the stain. Which is why I really recommend, if you're going to do it yourself, click the link over to my blog and find out how to properly do it yourself so that you don't end up making it worse. So that's about all I have for this particular video on how to take care of urine damage. If it was helpful for you, please comment below either on YouTube or on Facebook or at my blog, wherever you are. Put a comment out there, share it with your friends, let them know this good information, and I'll talk to you on the next video.